Hi friends, my name is Purva and welcome to my channel. I'm using MongoDB as my database, so I often use mongoose queries to simplify the web services. In the next few videos, I'm going to share some very frequent problems and their solutions. If you find this relatable and you want to be notified for the new videos, don't forget to subscribe for more. The first problem that I will talk about today and tell you the tips and tricks. So we will fetch all the related records that have common values in an array. To make more sense out of it, let me give you an example. I have created a dummy project and a sample schema called students. Students will have a name. A student can have a name and can be enrolled to multiple courses. I've also created some sample services that will add to this schema and that will delete the student from a schema and fetch the student from the schema. To give you an example, let's see what do we have here. Let's add some data to student schema. We'll add how many? 4 or 5 records. Each one of them are enrolled to some courses. For example, John is enrolled to Node.js, React, and MongoDB. Tom is enrolled in React, Pri in Node.js React, Naya in Angular and React, and Hina in Angular and Python. So let's create these records. As you can see, the response creates some documents in the student schema. Let's fetch it and see if we have done it correctly. All right, so the students API gave us proper response. We have these many records and we are good to go. Next step, let's go back to our VS Code. If you are using some different ID, completely fine. One legacy and old school way to fetch all the students that are enrolled to a particular course. Let's say that course is React and you want to fetch all the students that are enrolled to React. One legacy way is that you'll use student.data.find and simply apply filter to the response. So what I'm trying to say is create a filtered array is equals to data.filter and apply some logic over here. The simple way would be student.courses dot includes React. You can also pass this as an input query, or actually let's do that. So we will expect this API to input the course in the query, and then we can use that input in the either mongoose query or either in our other lazy old school method of filtering the arrays. So request dot query. Let's replace this here and fine, and then we'll return this in the response. I just simply need to restart my service. Let's go back to Postman and try to create this API. You can see I'm using localhost, so it is not deployed anywhere. This is just a dummy project. I am using local MongoDB and local service. In the inputs, you can see course and React. Let's see if this works. So this returns and works perfectly fine. John is enrolled to React. Tom is enrolled to React, Pri is enrolled to React, Naya is enrolled to React, but other two students are not. So it returns these many records. This works well though, but you can also use mongoose query, which is faster. So let's do that now. Let's remove this filtered array. We are not going to use this. Soon we'll remove this as well. Or let's remove this. Now in the find, what we are going to do is we are going to add some query. We want to fetch all the students where courses is in this course. So to simply write this, courses is in course. That's it. a single one line query. To read it in a simple way, we want to fetch all the students where courses, this courses property in a schema contains the scores. Okay, let's save it, restart the service, go back to Postman and see if this works. This works. You can see it returns the records. Let's test it with Angular because Angular has only one record, Naya, and let's see if this works. Sorry, I was wrong. There are two students, Naya and Hema, who are enrolled to this course, and we get two records in the results. This was the first use case that you might find valuable. The other two use cases for this inquiry, which I found very relatable, maybe it helps you too. One is, let's say you want to find out how many students are enrolled to everything but this course. So not in this course. Okay. How do you do that? Let's say you want to find out how many students are not enrolled to React. Then simply instead of n, you would use not in, which is abbreviated as NIN in MongoDB, in Mongoose. Save it. Let's restart our service and go back to Postman to verify this. At the moment we are using Angular. Let's test with that. This returns all the documents, all the students that are not enrolled in Angular. Okay, let's use React instead of Angular and see if this works or not. This returns schema. If you check all the students that are in the schema, let's fetch the students once and see if anyone else is not enrolled to React. John is enrolled to React, Tom is enrolled to React, Pri is also enrolled to React, Naya too, except Hema. So this works absolutely correctly. Like I said, there could be one more use case, which is, let's say you have a list of courses and you want to use that. Instead of single course, you want to find out how many students are enrolled to a particular list of courses or not enrolled to a particular list of courses. I'm going to use in, and let's say the input is a comma separated list of courses and we expect courses over here. So what you're gonna do is create an array out of these courses which you need for the query, and we'll simply replace this with that filtered array. So courses array, and now we have to define this courses array, courses dot split, and I'm simply using this function assuming that the courses is a comma separated list of courses that I'm going to input in my API service. You might have different use case. At the end, what we expect is an array that will input to this query. Save it, restart the service, and go to Postman. Now here, instead of courses, we'll pass list of courses. Let's say if we want to find out how many students are enrolled to React and MongoDB, run it. This returns these many students who are enrolled to React or MongoDB. There could be other use cases like, for example, you want to find out how many students are enrolled to either React or MongoDB, or you might want to find out how many students are enrolled to both React and MongoDB. So there will be many other use cases. Let's find that out in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe.